signal to start engines. 17 drivers head out from underneath the commentary position. And it is Moya Lopez on pole, followed by Callejas. Then it's Mari Boya and Victor Pardo. There's the driver we were talking about earlier, Daniel Traeger, number 24, right at the back. He had his fastest laps disallowed in qualifying on the Energy Course kart, the driver from Roskilde in Denmark, the 13-year-old. He's a protege of Jan and Kevin Magnussen. Oh, and a problem there, Mari Boya not off the grid. So the driver set to start third in the number 18 kart, Mari Boya. His kart hasn't fired. Now they've got 2 rolling laps before we get to the start of this 7-lap heat race. And can they get Boya out? Well, while the TV cameras understandably watch the action on the circuit, I'll keep an eye out of the commentary box window to see if Mari Boya's number 18 kart rumbles past underneath me. If so, that will be a huge blow, and it will promote Victor Pardo up into third on the grid. Now they'll start their second rolling lap. Now we will see them, and there goes Boya. So Mari Boya does join the circuit. Can he now catch, as you can see, Ruben Moya Lopez looking over his shoulders to see where his rival is. Now Ruben does have to slow everybody down. There goes Traeger through the shot, and here is Mari Boya. Now Boya is going hell for leather to try and catch up with them, and well, Lopez at the front. He's going to start slowing them down pretty soon. Isidro Callejas is next. There is Traeger, and alongside Traeger at the back on that red and white Birol kart, that is Francesco Moreno Garcia from Spain. Rasmus Jansson from Sweden and Axel Noss from France just in front of them. Then it's Delano Vanterhoff and Josh Rattican. Ayrton Fontecha and Peruvian driver number 8, Matthias Zagazeta. Just outside the top 8 on the grid. Well, Boya, he's kind of joined in the middle of the pack. Now, lights are out. Off we go. So Boya did not take his place at the start. And race 1 winner, Ruben Lopez takes the lead. Good start from Angus Moolsdale there with the St Andrews cross on the top of his crash helmet. He moves into P2 with that bright white and pink Fusion Motorsport kart. So Moolsdale, who was started 5th, then actually moved up to 3rd with Boya not on the grid. We'll catch up with Mari Boya. There's the number 17 kart going through. That is Delano Vanterhoff, the Dutchman from Dordrecht in the CRG kart. But up at the front, it is the poleman, Ruben Moya Lopez for the Teo Martin Jr. team leading. Mari Boya looks like he's in mid-pack in about 8th or 9th place. Down the back straight they plunge into turn number 12. Now hard on the brakes for turn 13. And looking down there goes Boya, that turquoise blue colour number 18 kart in exactly 8th place. Change for 3rd. There goes Isidro Callejas. Passing Alex Walker. Walker in the number 25 Dan Holland racing kart. Made a good start. Now he slips back to 4th place. Moolsdale chasing down Ruben Moya. These two, the 2 most experienced drivers in this championship in the field. They both finished in the top 11 of last year's championship. Moolsdale and Moya Lopez. And Moya Lopez in that number 23 kart, the Valencian champion last year, has the lead. Now Moolsdale positioned himself well in the first heat, but then got muscled out of a top finishing position in the final few frantic scrambling laps that they were. As we complete lap number 2, will Moolsdale make his move? There's Traeger, you can see with the blue nose cone on. He's already passed 4 or 5 karts as Callejas now joins the front of the grid, and so Moya doing what he did in the first race, slowing everybody down, defending earlier than one might expect, because he knows that if there's a huge gaggle of drivers behind him, it's easier, believe it or not, it's easier to defend, because if you can just block the guy in second place, then he comes under pressure from the guy in third, and as they're battling, you can skittle away at the front. Well, it worked for him in race number 1. Can it work for him again in race number 2? Moya comes out of turn number 10. Now there's the signalling from Callejas, telling Alex Walker and Hector Belder, and Hugo Belder rather, to come on, push me, don't battle with me, push me. Can't let them get away. Well, Boyer obviously didn't get the message because he has started challenging, and there's the change for the lead. Angus Moolsdale moves into top spot. So Moolsdale has the race lead for the first time in the number 28 Fusion Motorsport kart. Moya slips to second. Callejas right there in third in that silver and blue, very attractive liveried Uno Matricula K-Team kart. The number 32. These three have got 10 kart lengths now in hand over Boyer. So Mari Boyer, you can see the red mist has obviously descended. He has got into fourth place ahead of Victor Pardo and then Hugo Belder in sixth. Behind them is Alex Walker in seventh, and Walker has got, that is the number 15 card of Ayrton Fontecha on the CRG right behind him. And Fontecha, he's got Oriol Dalmau Cabaye on the spanners this week, world champion class kart racer in his own right. There's another battle. And that is Callejas taking the lead for the first time. So Callejas using the slipstream, and he gets the lead for the first time. Moya Lopez slots into second place, and Mari Boyer with a bit of clean track in front of him, setting the fastest lap of the race, and has closed the gap down. He's brought Victor Pardo in kart number 20 and Hugo Belder with him. So we've got a 6-kart train as Moolsdale puts Moya Lopez back to third. 5 Spaniards and a Scotsman. It's as it was in race number 1. So Angus Moolsdale needs to sharpen his elbows because he's got a battle on his hands now. We're on lap 5 out of 7 behind the top 6. A good drive from Fontecha up into 7th place. Josh Ratican runs 8th. And Callejas having to defend. He's hugging the inside line as we start lap 6 out of 7. Next time by, it'll be the final lap. Moolsdale doesn't want to get muscled out like he did in the first heat. Another new fastest lap for Boyer. 58.075 as Moya Lopez up the inside of Moolsdale. He's going to squeeze Moolsdale out. How many positions is Angus going to lose? He's lost 1. Oh, and he slices across the nose cone of Mari Boyer going through turn number 8. And that has cost Boyer a little bit of momentum. But now Callejas has a 10-kart length advantage. Watch Ruben Moya Lopez now signal to Angus Moolsdale as they head down the straight. He looks over his shoulder. He says, come on, push me. We've still got over a lap to catch this guy. Into turn number 13. Moolsdale is complying. Callejas defends. Well, Callejas doesn't need to defend. You saw him sweep to the inside line. Then he looked over his shoulder, realised that there was no one directly behind him to move back onto his normal racing line. They're in the final lap. Moolsdale is now going to attack Moya Lopez for second. Is this going to give Callejas a chance to break clear and take the win? Pardo is up into 4th. Boyer down to 5th. Then it is Belder in 6th position. Behind Belder, Fontecha and Ratican, Walker and Zagazeta round out the top 10. Oh, Moolsdale pushing Moya Lopez into turn number 10. Moolsdale's going to be forced offline. There goes Victor Pardo into P3. And Victor Pardo taking advantage of the fact that Moolsdale just couldn't quite make that move stick. And look at the lead that Isidro Callejas has. Number 32. Isidro will come across the line, hand in the air. He's won the second heat here at Valencia in Junior X30. Moya Lopez finishes second. Pardo takes third. Moolsdale hangs on to 4th place, just in front of Mari Boyer. In fact, identical times between Moolsdale, Boyer and Hector Belder. They crossed the line 3 abreast. Then it is Fontecha in 7th. Ayrton Fontecha finishing 7th, and that is 6 Spanish drivers in the top 7. Then Josh Ratkin and Alex Walker for Great Britain, 8th and 9th. The first non-Spaniard or British driver was actually Peru's Mateus Zagazeta in 10th place. Then it was Alexander Bardas, he's racing under Italian flag, but he's actually from Poland. He finishes 11th. Didn't mention Alexander with all the action going on at the front. Axel Noss for France finishes 12th. Then it is Enzo Juli for France in 13th place. Rasmus Janssen finishes in 15th for Sweden, 14th for Sweden. Then Delano Vanterhoff from the